What you doing over there, Tracy?
Sitting on a ping pong table, getting ready to sell it.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
Vlogging. Trying to. What's happening? Welcome to Red Fox Creative. We're here right now in the studio, kind of home base for us all here, the Red Velocity studio in downtown Roanoke. Tracy was earlier, you might have saw, she was moving in this ping pong table to take pictures of and stuff. We were kind of like secretly cleaning up for Steve. He's on vacation. You probably haven't met him yet, but you will if you watch this long enough. He's off on vacation, so she's trying to surprise him by cleaning up the studio and kind of get rid of some stuff that we don't need here. I didn't figure on this first video being this type of video, but I wanted to do kind of a product review because it's really relevant to this channel, to us getting started and whatnot. So a little backstory. We've talked about doing this channel for like a year now. We've made a teaser like a year ago, talked about launching, but we never got around to it. And a big part of that is because we haven't figured out this whole story element, you know, to how we're going to do these vlogs. You know, we go out and we shoot a lot of cool footage and we put together these pieces, but we don't really have anything to connect everything. And what we need there is that component where we talk to camera like we're doing now. And one of the big holdups, other than we all feel kind of awkward doing it, is the equipment, really. I mean, quite frankly, like, you know, it's a whole different ball game to get out a camera and like set it up with the vlogging type lenses, if you want to call it, and the lighting and stuff like that. So I think we've really been overthinking it for a long time. But recently I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he has a YouTube channel. This is following along. It's a guy named Trevor. He has a channel called 9 to 5 Less, and I can link to it somehow. I haven't figured all that out, but we'll link to that either here or down in the description below. But I was asking him, like, how did he do his videos? And turns out that he's been vlogging this whole time on a GoPro. And I mean, I knew him as a photographer first, so I figured he was like using his Sonys and all this stuff. But no, he's using a GoPro Hero 7. So anyhow, following his lead, I went out and started looking at like GoPros and whatnot. And when I started searching, the Hero 8 has just recently came out. So I started looking at that, and the first thing I saw right away was that they had all these modifications and stuff that really geared towards vlogging. So it's kind of perfect. So anyhow, looked into that and went ahead and just pulled the trigger on the Hero 8, which I'm using now. I've got the Hero 8, the Media Mod case, and a Rode Video microphone sitting on top, and then all that's kind of being held up by this little shorty. Got all that, and it's this really tight compact package. Now it's going to be kind of hard to show you right now because that's what I'm filming on. This right now is kind of what we think is going to be our solution to getting started with the whole talking bit. So I wanted to share that with y'all because I struggled with it myself, like figuring out the best solution, and was starting to look for things and wasn't finding much, so I figured I'd put together a video, talked about that. But anyhow, I'm going to go down, grab that camera gear, bring it back up here. By that time, Neil should be up here, and we'll kind of shoot some gorgeous footage of this little machine, put that together, show it to you, and then we'll talk a bit more about it. And the whole time, just kind of like, I mean, this is not an overly technical review, but we'll share a little bit about the settings we put on this to make it look the way it does. Let us know in the comments if you think it looks good, anything you would tweak. We'll drop our settings down there. That's it. I'm gonna go grab the equipment and we'll pick up on this later. It's a little windy out here. I took the fuzzy thing is on the mic right here off. Ugh. So I'll be interested to see how that sounds. got a ticket yet, so that's nice. Here, I'm gonna flip this thing around so we can see what it looks like outside. Pretty good and smooth. So it's probably the worst time of day to actually be filming anything like this. The sun's directly overhead. But wanted to kind of give you an idea of what this looks like outdoors. I mean, it looks just as shadowy and bad on a big camera. But anyhow, so just gonna walk around here a little bit, pan around so you can see what stuff looks like. Yeah, so I'm gonna walk back inside where it's not 100 degrees.
What's up?
What's up, little buddy?
You said bring a GoPro, right?
No, I said I got a GoPro.
Oh. Well, I brought this little thing.
What do you got there?
It's a scorpion. Want to see it?
Pardon my mess here. Cleaning up.
Look at my scorpion.
Look at that. What in the world do you have there? That is cute. What is that, the Hero 7?
Hero 7 with the...
Get you some low angles.
cat grip on it.
Shoot. So,
Yours looks pretty nice too. What do you got?
hey, you like this? Hey, check this out. So I've got the Hero with the little mod, which like has this internal microphone, mounts.
Got the external mic too.
Yeah, I got that Rode mic right there.
A little tripod or
Fresh.
something.
Yeah, it's got like a HDMI microphone port built in and a USB-C so we can charge it. It's pretty fresh.
Okay.
Now,
okay.
I will say that like hold yours up here for a second.
Look at that, though.
So his is nice and rugged and all this. And one of the things I found with this, which GoPro, somebody needs to figure this out. But look here. On his, he's got this ND filter thingy. Yeah.
UV on there right now.
Yeah.
52 mil.
So
Pop on new NDs.
like I've seen these Polar Pros and all these different ones out for this camera. The issue is it won't work with the media mod because the way it works is like, hold yours up again, is like, unless it's like a crazy cage like this, like it kind of clips around the side here. And that's not going to work out with this Media Pro cage. But yeah.
Figure something out maybe.
Anyhow, I'm talking like a bunch of nonsense right now because y'all haven't seen what I even have in my hand. So
are y'all ready to see some B-roll of the actual GoPro 8 and its setup?
yes.
Let's do it. But what about the scorpion? That's the scorpion.
You missed the mattress too. Just knocked it onto the ground.
That shows right there how sturdy and delicate, but yet beautiful this GoPro 8 is.
I did a durability test accidentally too. Oh, there it is. We're back. All right, so this whole time we've kind of been editing and stuff as we've been putting the vlog together since it's our first one. We've had a chance to look at some of the footage that you've already seen, and Neil, kind of tell me your thoughts on this.
I think it shoots pretty well. You know, we've been looking back at it, talking about the GoPro Hero 8 here. And, you know, outside, obviously, there's plenty of light. Everything's crisp and it looks good, colors-wise and all that. But once you bring it inside, you know, it doesn't really compare quite like what we are used to using, you know, the Red and GH5 and all these other full-frame cameras and whatnot. But definitely, like, a good camera for vlogging, I think. Like,
Yeah. I mean, most of the content we're gonna do is not here in the studio and stuff. And like some of the things I did to compensate for that. If you notice the first couple shots, you probably, other than the semi-fish on the very first shot, but like when I first started talking, you probably didn't notice much that it was a GoPro. And that's because in the GoPros, I went away from their automatic settings and went into more of the manual settings. So like, you know, I did the native white balance. In Pro Tune, we set the sharpness. We just put that all the way at the bottom. We did native white balance, and then in some scenes we did the like we set it to the right Kelvin, sharpness down, and then we just added all that stuff back in post to control that. And then the real funky thing about the GoPro is it really doesn't have an like ISO setting. You don't set it to like one ISO. So it has a range, so it defaults to ISO 100 to 1600. But if you want to set it at 400, what you really do is just go in and go set it to ISO minimum 400, maximum 400. Then that way it locks it into 400. Some of the outside shots, I kind of put a little bit of a range because it helps out there and it works pretty well. But like inside by the window, I put it at 100, 100, and that's like the ideal setting. So that's kind of a way to like utilize this and kind of like you would a manual camera. So, you know, if you take this, stick it by a window, you know, or like in this case, we've got a light up here. And I know it's mixed light from like my monitor here, stuff behind me. So it's probably a little grainy and stuff, but I think it'll do. Now, if we're on the road and we have our other cameras already set up and we throw a wide lens, it's like a 2.8. Yeah, then that's probably even better. But I think this will get us by.
GoPros have come a long ways. I remember with the GoPro Hero 3 and 4 and everything, you couldn't change all this stuff. There's like 3 or 4 different settings. But now, this is an ideal little vlog camera for your run and gun and, you know, making sure you capture every moment of your day. Just like the drones are getting smaller, you know, having a smaller camera like this is super ideal versus pulling out a massive GH5. When I say massive, it's not that big, but it is very much annoying to have this right here as a vlog camera. Like, what are you gonna do? You'd say it's a workout,
well,
but
use a 300 millimeter lens on it.
A 300. I mean, why not? I mean, might as well like get a close up,
get
the
those hairs.
But you know,
shoot.
Like I said, it's a good camera. Enough talking about it, but you know,
Yeah.
if you guys have any questions, drop it in the comments or something like that. This is just kind of a start, kind of introducing you guys to what we're gonna try and use for the rest of the vlog series, and otherwise, you'll just be seeing a lot of our behind the scenes, traveling, introduction to all the members here. And I don't know, I guess that's pretty much it, but I hope to see you guys in the next video.